AITA for refusing to be more than a holiday guest in my biological parents' lives. I'm 26 now, and this story has been building up my whole life. I was adopted at birth. My adoptive parents are my real parents in every way that matters. They loved me, raised me, supported me through every scraped knee, heartbreak, and milestone. I never felt like I was missing anything until my biological parents decided to show up. When I turned 18, I got a letter. It was from my birth mother. She said she and my birth father had been young and scared when they gave me up but had always loved me and hoped one day I'd want to meet them. I was curious, of course. Who wouldn't be? I was cautious, but I eventually agreed to meet them. At first it was nice. Awkward, emotional, a bit overwhelming, but nice. We had coffee, then a few more meetups over the next year. I met their other kids, my half-siblings, who were 10 and 12 at the time. They seemed sweet and excited to meet me, though I could tell they didn't fully understand who I was. What struck me the most was how normal their lives were, stable. They had a big house, good jobs, a golden retriever, the whole suburban dream, and it stung a little. Not because I wasn't happy in my own upbringing, I was, but because they hadn't been forced to give me up. They were just young, yes, but they had support. They admitted as much. It wasn't a tragic story, it was a decision. Fast forward a few years. Our relationship continued, kind of. I was always the one who had to initiate. I would send texts, suggest lunch, ask how they were. They'd respond politely, even warmly, but it was clear I wasn't part of their real lives. I was like a distant cousin. They'd invite me over at Christmas, sometimes Easter. Never my birthday, never just because. One year I overheard my birth mom refer to me as the older one at a family party. Not my daughter, just the older one. That stuck. They never made space for me in their lives beyond the occasional holiday card and an awkward smile at Thanksgiving. And eventually, I stopped trying. I still went to the big holidays when invited, out of a sense of obligation or curiosity or just wanting to know where I came from, but I never pushed to be anything more than that. A few months ago, my birth father called me, out of the blue. He said they felt hurt that I was so distant, that I kept myself separate from the family, that it seemed like I didn't want to be involved with my siblings. He said it in a way that sounded accusing, like I'd rejected them. I was stunned. I told him I had always been open to being closer, but it was clear from the beginning that they only had room for me as a guest in their lives. I said I'd made peace with that I had parents already, a family that loved me fully. I said I didn't have the energy to chase people who didn't genuinely want me around. He got quiet and then said, "I thought you'd understand. We were trying to give you space." I replied, "No, you were giving yourselves comfort. You wanted to feel good for reconnecting without actually doing the work of including me." Now my birth parents are telling extended family that I refuse to be part of the family and that I just use them for holidays, which is wild because I never asked for anything. Not money, not help, nothing. Just acknowledgement, maybe a real relationship. My half-siblings, now teenagers, recently messaged me asking why I don't want to be part of the family and if they did something wrong. That broke me. I don't blame them, but I don't know how to explain this to them either. So now I'm wondering, am I the asshole for not trying harder? For refusing to be more than a holiday guest in their lives? Am I wrong for protecting myself from the pain of being treated like an afterthought?